Okay, I've got audio input. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I didn't set up audio beforehand. But this works. I think. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Where's my, there it is. Oh no, you can't hear that. Hold up. I sort of gave myself an hour to remember how to do everything and set everything up. I had to make new scenes, everything. Give me one sec. I try to avoid having to do any sort of setup. Where the fuck? You might be noticing I'm using just a webcam at the moment. One sec. What the fuck am I looking for? There we go. I don't care which one, just... Why is that one muted? Okay. What is that consistent background noise? Hold on. You can't expect these things to go smoothly. Oh shit. Okay. I don't really have any special graphics, but I was just like, you know, I want to do an art stream. I want to teach people. Pass on the ways of an educated person. What's volume like? That's all right. Maybe a little bit quieter. I don't want it to. There we go. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I really just want it to be totally background. All right. So everything looks like it's going fine. You can see my hand. It's kind of bright. I don't really... Let me see if I got a way to soften that light a bit. What do I have? I've got an old white t-shirt. Well, it's off-white. I've got an off-white t-shirt. Oh god, the pit stains. That's over the monitor. I can't see anything now. Oh, wait. Is this the answer? Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Now if I could just stop bumping into the tripod. I found out that I can put the webcam on the tripod. It has a little fucking screw hole for it. Amazing. People so smart. Like me. I didn't finish writing my notes. Shit. Oh well, that's fine. And I've been assured that this is copyright-free music. Free music. Okay. So, I think I can just about start. I'm trying to make sure that I have everything. I just sort of, I like to wing it. But then that causes a slow start like this. But that's all right. Nope, y'all don't need to see that. Nothing bad, it's just my, it's a little bad. Okay. I did intend to finish an art piece I was working on last night, but then I got sidetracked and tired. So I barely started on it. Is that good? Can I start? Am I all good? I think so. Now, maneuvering around the fucking tripod, that's gonna be the challenge of this stream. Alright, so... I guess I'll just have to hold it up. Welcome to my stream. Can I get the mic right? There we go. Welcome to my stream. I hope I'm not too loud. Who am I? I'm Thordley. I entertain, I make art, and hopefully you don't follow me on Twitter because it's been sort of a train wreck over there. But yeah, I say I'm a maker of things, creator of stuff, because I just sort of do whatever. I learned recently the French word for that, even though I hate the French, is dilettante. Dilanti. I don't know. Something like that. Let me see. Can I get I just want the corner of this next one. Here we go. How long have I done art? So there was a long time ago, actually, that I met this musician who taught cello and traditional, I don't know, the big bass instruments that's sort of like a cello. And both of them are basically just big violins, right? Doesn't really make any sense. But he sort of inspired me to get into music. And from then on, it was really just, a pretty straightforward path to trying all sorts of different things, because you look at a cello, you're like, I'm never going to try that. And I've still never tried a cello. I don't care. They're stupid instruments. But yeah, he really, opened my eyes to art. And so that's, yeah. That's why I fucking do this, I guess. How did I learn? I don't know. Well, I went to fucking School of Visual Arts, where I got a master's degree in art education at the School of Visual Arts. That's the school right there. School of Visual Arts. Yeah, it was hard. It's like 8 years of drawing and more like watching other people draw. And it's it's hard. It's definitely up there with like what I know about STEM. So people should want me. Employers should want me, but people just don't understand quality, I guess, or like skill. So anyways, so let's get started. How do I line this up with the fucking, there we go. Can it focus? I put a lot of detail into that cake. Fuck it. Just hold on. Did you know your boy just forgot that he didn't add audio? God damn it. Oh my god. I forgot to add audio. Dude. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Bye-bye. I'm so fucking done. How long was I talking? I said so much shit. Oh no. I'll try to run through it real quick. So I'm not going to try to draw this whole picture. Sorry, I just got a cough drop because I started to cough there. And so I'm going to draw like the main, I don't know, I just want to be simple with it, you know? I don't really give a fuck about looking good for a quick sketch. Like, as long as people can sort of guess what it is. Let me get my right hand. What all the fuck did I talk about? I am ambidextrous, which you can be too if you also drop $80,000 at the School of Visual Arts in New York. And, or you can just be born with it like I was. With $80,000 in your pocket to spend at the School of Visual Arts. I also like using pens. I prefer using pens because, you know, it's making mistakes. They happen, so just make a mistake, you know? Don't worry about fixing them, because you should just be making stuff. And see, I was just sort of scribbling this whole time, but it ends up actually sort of looking like those trees. You see? And that's just a quick sketch method, you know, for you. This is free information, mind you. I could be charging. So don't complain if the info is bad. There will be actual legitimate information, like advice, art advice, strewn throughout this stream. But it will be amongst a bunch of bullshit, so I hope you can pick it apart. Or don't, I don't care. So I'm sort of a path here. These plants that look like a sort of like green wheat-like thing. Just gonna sort of try to figure out where the lines are that I just fucking drew so I can thicken them like so. Okay, and now we're gonna, you don't have to worry too much about detail. Like, people get this idea that, oh, you have to draw all the detail. Pros don't know how to draw detail, like all over. If I was to draw detail of this mountain back there, you know, I'm simply not gonna be done. It's because I'm a professional. I see things and I generalize them. I'm just like, the fuck is that? You know, what's that shape? I don't know. You know, artists don't really look at, like, artists with degrees don't worry about, oh, I'm gonna paint a tree and it's gonna be detailed and look pretty. They're like, I'm gonna draw this shape and this shape looks like a tree at the end of it, you know? It's sort of abstract. but like comes from practice, so it's not really. I said a lot of shit, and I'm just trying to remember what the fuck I said. Wait, where's the sun coming from? Shit! It was the other side. Doesn't matter. But look at this. I've just been sort of scribbling, and now you get the general shape of a tree. You know, I'm on some Bob Ross shit, if you couldn't tell. Alright, I know what I'm doing to some degree. But a big thing is also just not worrying about what you're doing when you're educated. Yeah. Oh, one thing I mentioned, this is a Sakura Pigment Micron. You know, it's Japanese pen, pretty standard in the industry. If you don't have one of these, you're going to basically fail and never get anywhere. So you should have like 2 of these in every pocket, basically, or else you're just gonna fuck up and not get anywhere. Again, it's just advice. You don't have to follow it. Did I fuck up that shading there? Yeah, but that's fine. Happy accidents and all that. Okay. So next, I'm gonna no, there's no sharp angle, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep rolling. How do you draw rocks? I'm just joking. I know how to do that. Fuck. God damn it. Anyways, there's just more grass right there. We'll just do more grass. We don't gotta worry about details. Details are for noobs who take too long to make art because they don't understand the process behind it. Fuck, that looks terrible. Ah, shit. Let's get this general waterfall. Where's that go? Where's that? We'll go like that, and then on the other end, I'm sort of doing a light sketching motion. Even though it's a pen, you can get almost pencil-like streaks if you do it real light and real soft, and on the side of the pen rather than right overhead. Right overhead, you're gonna get some like, yeah, you're gonna get very opaque lines. On the side, you can just sort of lightly rub like this, or even if it's really on the side, I'll sort of it looks like it, but I'm not applying much pressure at all, but I'll just sort of do this. I'm not actually touching the paper, but I'll just like do this, and it will create where's my notebook? Okay, it'll create sort of water patterns. So you can see right here, you know, I just sort of, can it fucking focus? Oh my God. Focus. I swear to God, focus. Dude, it's not, this is the worst. There we go. You see that? Nice water effects, the little ripples from the plants and stuff. And just a little, yeah. You can accomplish that by just taking a pen, just a different pen, and just going like this like at an angle, but kind of hard. It'll just sort of sparsely leave it. Did I fuck up this line? I did. Okay, hold on. Is this just out of ink? Hold on. Did I fuck up and use a dead pen? I think it's dying, but it's not dead. So we'll keep using it. Where the fuck? Okay, no, it's at more of an angle. That's fine. No, this is dying. Hold on, it's too dead. Shit, I only have the one pen. God damn it. All right, switching it up to this one, which is a little bit bigger of a pen, so it's kind of fucking me up here. Well, that's another pro tip is to just basically always be spinning the page like this. Yeah. Always be spinning. That's too sharp of an angle. I'm gonna have to throw this whole piece of paper out. I can't do this. You also don't want to worry about drawing lines accurately. Fuck. Shit. God damn it. Okay. Because fuck, I didn't want to do him that. Damn it. Art is just a series of mistakes, one after the other, till eventually you die from a self-inflicted bullet wound to the head or the back of your throat. So just wood, do a slight. This is sort of what I was talking about. If you use it really lightly, I'm just sort of slapping the paper from an angle. And that's the effect that gives. You can't see it very well because this is a cheap fucking webcam and it refuses to focus. But I've already, this is why you use pens though, you know, because you want this to happen. We got the tree, and I don't know what's with these sharp branches hanging down, but you know what? We'll do it because that's what's in the image. I forgot these. Where are these? That looks more like wings, doesn't it? Look more like angel wings. Can I? Oh my god. If I can't get this shit to focus, to zoom in. Fucking get overhead. Focus. Focus. Oh my god. I'm fucking... I hate technology. Oh my god. Hold up. What if I just... Shit. Come on. Hold up. I think I've got it. I think I've... Okay, now zoom. Zoom. I've got a hand right here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at my hand. Hello. Is it gonna okay, okay, it's trying. Hold up. It's too... I just want you to focus on the thing directly in front of you. Why can't you do that? Sorry, I'm redlining. Why can't you do that? Why can't you just focus on the thing in front of you? Can you only stay at that fucking focus distance? Look, I'm going to slowly back up, okay? I'm going to slowly back up for you. There you go. Was that fucking hard? Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to slowly lower it. No, don't do that. I'm going to slowly lower it down. Okay, and I'm going to tighten it right there. Please don't fuck up. No. Oh my god. Okay. No. Oh my god. I swear to God, dude. Look, just look at the paint. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Okay, there we go. Slowly back down. Don't stop fucking with the... Jesus Christ. I'm gonna... Can I stop it from autofocusing? Can I just keep it where the fuck it's at? No, I'm just gonna have to throw this thing against the wall a few times later, but for now we're just gonna deal with it, okay? Okay. Okay. So we're working on this tree here. Can anyone tell me what kind of tree this is? Because I don't know. What is this? What's this music? You might be wondering why I'm shading before the object is even fucking done. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Why did I draw these lines up when I knew that it was the leaves cut? This is why we use pens. This is why you use pens, you know? So I'm just gonna speed through this. How about that? This is how we speed through drawing trees, which you absolutely can do. As long as you're skilled and educated and you pay to get into the top university, you too can one day draw like this. Look, I go to Cal Arts. Fuck it. We don't gotta worry about that anymore. Okay, we're on to new things, new ventures. Great things are ahead. Don't worry about your past attempts. You don't always have to make something great. What was I gonna do next? I had like a whole list of shit. Oh yes, how to get started in all forms of art. This is where I help you get into anything and everything. So, illustration, what we were basically just doing, you know, with this, oh my god. Illustration. Pretty easy. You just literally just need like a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper. It doesn't really matter what kind of paper it is. Preferably, it's not the kind that's lined or dotted or squared. Whatever those are called. graphing paper, I think. Yeah. You don't really want that, but you can still use that. For example, where the fuck? Okay, this is the book, but like, okay, here we go. Where'd that ink blotch come from? Okay. This is a picture I drew of a cat. Yeah, it's pretty good, I know. It's a good cat picture. You could that's basically just illustration. Sketching. Really easy to get into. You should always start off with a reference because you're only hurting yourself by being creative and coming up with original ideas. So you should only ever use references at the start. Yeah. I'm apparently scaring my dog because I'm trying to do a character and he doesn't like it. He knows my energy's off. It's okay. I'm being goofy. Alright, let me be goofy. You're so cute. Hey, you got a beaky. Can I have that? Go get it. Go get the beaky. Beakies are squeaky toys. It's spelled the same. Let me put this knife away before I harm myself or others. Okay. So yeah, illustration's really easy. Urban sketching sort of falls into the same category because with urban sketching, you're basically just like I've got this one right now that's just I've used as a reference. By the way, you should give up ever trying to draw straight lines and just get a fucking ruler like this. World of difference. You will never draw lines this straight, okay? I drew these without a ruler. I just keep that ruler by the desk for measuring things. But I can draw these because oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Can it just focus? It's like me without my meds. Are you kidding me? Okay. I think I admit it's hard. I get it, like it's pencil, so it's hard to look at. But anyways. Yes, this is a wall that I was working on. And I just drew these by hand. I was I just sort of understand perspective and drawing straight lines quickly and efficiently. But you'll get there too, through other means. Let's see. Yeah, urban sketching or travel sketching, whatever you want to call it. They're technically two different things, but it's basically the same fucking principle. So I don't know why they split it up into two different things. You're drawing things that you're seeing. It's just kind of sketching. I mean, it's the traditional form of sketching. You know, you draw things that you're seeing. Anyways, what was next? Oh, that wasn't even the first thing on the list? Okay. Well, oh well. How am I gonna do this? I was gonna have it switch up to... Here we go. All right, so comics. How do they draw comics? How do people get started on comics? I really don't fucking know. But the way that I would start is like this. It's a window, or those are 4 panels. And so you have a 4-panel comic. And you can have it continuing like this just indefinitely, just 4 panels at a time, but you should get into the mindset of, you know, working with limitations of 4 panels. So having things sort of flow in a way that it works in these 4 panels. You know, it's different from working on animation. You can't go into it with the same mindset as animation or writing a story, or you gotta think different. Apple. And so what could we have here? Well, we could start off with like the Earth. How about that? And I don't know what that looks like, a fetus in a womb, sorta. Isn't that weird? Oh, I just sort of did that. That looks weird. I don't think any continent looks like a fetus in a womb. Let me edit it a bit. We gotta draw the borders, because those are visible from space. Okay, so we have the Earth, and we can just do some like just overhead dots for stars. And then maybe we'll have like the sun, right? And it's like beaming down heat and shit and light. And then maybe it shows like, I don't know, some houses. And a park bench right here. And people. Oh, it's gotta have windows and doors. You know, it shows that maybe it'll have a message or something like in space, there is a planet called Earth. And then it'll cut away to this panel. And I would write the text, but I don't care to right now. And it'll cut away to this panel and it shows like some life, something going on in between the messages. On the next one, it'll be maybe a more zoomed in shot of the Earth, showing more of the general region. And this will say something like, on this planet, there are people who do things. And then the last panel will be like, should I try to draw a region? What would a region look like from overhead? Just why am I trying to draw clouds? I don't know why I thought of clouds, but I drew a cloud. So we've got a mountain range here, and we've got like forests, I guess. I don't know. Beaches. With a boat nearby. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Region map, whatever. And then it'll show something like I don't know, a road? Fuck. Like a road with the bench on it. Or like a park road, I don't know. Maybe you got someone walking their dog. I don't know, I'm not good at the perspective part of this, but, or you just don't understand it. But, yeah. So that's how you do like the first page, the first 4 panels, something like that, just to introduce the world and the setting. And then, and, you know, it flows well because it goes planet, closer view, backs out to region, goes into an even closer view, and then the next 4, I'm not going to do another 4, but you know, then you could just have on the next page, on the same page, just do another 4 panel and have it just flow. I guess. I don't know. But knowing how to draw is really just a small part of being an artist. You know, you've got to have an online following. We're past the days of Da Vinci and Van Gogh and those types. You got to be a content creator. Haha. So you've got a massive following. You've got to be attractive. You've got to have the right opinions. And I'm not going to tell you what those are. You can buy my course on the correct opinions. But I will tell you at least that you should always have an underlying political statement in each of your artworks, each of your contents, you know, to attract a horde of obnoxious people to viciously defend your honor when you're caught saying stupid shit. Yeah. Man. I wish I could have drawn this better, but my good pen died, so I just gotta use a normal pen. I feel really bad now because I can't just go out and I'm too broke from not working on commissions fast enough. So I've just like one good pen is gone now. Now I can't make any money. I can't show you how to draw because my good pen's gone. And without the good tools, I can't make good art. I think another hard thing for a lot of noobs is that it's hard to keep drawing. Sorry, I need to learn how to talk with my hands. I don't really have any Italian in me, but I'm gonna try. Let me back out. Can I? There we go. It's hard to keep up with art, creating. And I've got a few pointers. Really just one big one. If you don't... So you start drawing, you've got the passion and the drive, right? And you keep drawing and drawing and drawing and practicing. But then you just sort of start to get burnt out after the first 3 or 4 days. And you find yourself waking up the next day and you realize that the day before you hadn't drawn anything. You hadn't done any practice. You had videos open, you had tutorials, you even had a reference image open, perhaps. But you just didn't have the motivation. It seems like the drive's left you, and maybe you really weren't supposed to be an artist in the first place. But that's wrong. If you find that by the 4th day of learning how to draw, that your drive has diminished and you're not sure if you even want to draw, you have ADHD and you need to start smoking cigarettes. Okay? You need to go to your doctor and ask for a hard stimulant. and smoke cigarettes. I don't know. The rest of this stream is going to be less about the advice and more about getting my ass in gear to practice. And specifically what I want to do, now that I'm past the half-joking section, I'd opened up a book earlier and perhaps shown this, and this is something that I sketched. So I've always been a terrible artist. I'm not good at drawing. But, does those words say anything bad? No, it's fine. So, can I just get the fucking, there we go. Focus, thank you. Oh man, my head is fucking, I'm so tired. My bad. I'm also on a crazy amount of stimulants, which is not a joke. But yeah, I've just got that, and it's just, I'm very new to art, like actually. I only started learning how to draw because I got sick a while back. And I do all these other things. I've made videos / films. I've done music, like played instruments, got into a little bit of production, the production side. I've done all kinds of art except for drawing. And so I was like, I want to learn how to do that, because if I ever go on a trip to somewhere cool, again, because I have been places that you'll never see, I want to be able to draw them really well. Not really well, but well enough that it looks good. And so I've been learning about perspective. I have these old art books. I've been learning about perspective, and I'm pretty good at not beating myself up, but being critical. Knowing how to appropriately be critical of things I do. And so I know where I went wrong with this sketch. For example, the road, it remained too wide for the view. The tree, the perspective is as if it's like you're looking from a low angle up. It's the perspective of the tree is completely off. Don't worry about this page. This is a mistake where I got mad. The mountains, the lines are too thick, so it appears closer. This is a good example of the detail, by the way. It is kind of hard to tell what is going on there. It's not the best example, but it's something I've been practicing with. That and the grass by the road, there's more detail at the front. And the back is just sort of dots and tiny lines. And some little slumps. But you'll see that, your brain will see that as like, oh, that's grass. Because you see the grass at the front. And so you really don't have to do the detail. You just do it up front, you just do the close detail and then sort of mimic the idea of that detail as you go back. And people's eyes will just sort of put things together. Think that they're seeing things that they're not. It's great. But yeah, the mountains, the lines, too thick. Looks too close. Don't like that. They're supposed to be really far behind, really far back there. I put too much detail around them. The clouds as well. I didn't really think about where the light was coming from, right? So I've got the moon here. This one has the shade down here. This one has it appropriately around here. The bottom and the back over here, the right. But these other ones, this one's all. By the way, that's a witch. I fucked up the shading, so I was just like, it already sort of looks like a witch. I may as well. Can I like... There we go. That's a witch. And it looks like something took a chunk out of this tree. That was not my intention. I was just like, wait a minute, I don't want to cover her up. Because that's a cool detail of the picture. Plus the cloud. Even though it's a bad cloud, but yeah. But yeah, the reason I drew this is because, one, I wanted to draw something without reference. I wanted to practice drawing something without reference, just because. I don't know. Second thing is in everything that I draw, I want to work on perspective. And scale now, which is what I was trying to do with the mountains, because I've never had a background. And so I wanted to try backgrounds and scale. And then clouds I've been wanting to work on because I've never been good at drawing clouds. Trees I'm not so good at. Roads. Roads are a great thing to practice for perspective. They're so simple, but yeah, it's great. And then I wanted to do some small water detail, which I showed earlier, but I'll show it again. That shit works. Like if you're drawing waves on a beach, or even just as this is, which is just a small amount of like very shallow water by the road, it works. Exactly. I tried to explain it earlier. I don't know how well I did. Make sure there's not any fuck shit. What is that? It's unrelated. Okay. The way I do that, is this. I hold the pen on its side, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just like that, you know, you're just barely scraping, like you're going at an angle with a firmness that just gets a little bit of ink out. You're sort of gonna have to play with it, because sometimes you'll get really thick lines that you didn't mean to. So you just go really slow and light, and you'll get these really scattered thin lines that almost looks like it's more messing up the paper than it is really drawing any detail, until you look close at it and you're like, oh hey, that's some detail. You can use that for stuff. I don't know if water is the best thing to use it for, but it's the thing you can do. It's always good to look at your tools and be like, hey, what more can I get out of this? But yeah, so I need to practice trees, perspective, clouds, backgrounds / scale, and was there something else? Light direction. So those are the 5 things I can practice. I don't have to practice them all right now by repeating that. I can merely find a reference image. This is when reference images are really handy. You should honestly be using reference images as much as you can. You know, because you're trying to learn how things are done, so you don't just want to follow a tutorial and be like, okay, let me try doing like, if you're learning how to draw faces and stuff, you can't just go on YouTube, watch the tutorial for the little, what do they call it? That method of drawing faces where it's like you draw the circle and then the plus through it, and yeah. Doing that, you're going to get stuck drawing the same face every time. You need to look at references and draw things different ways. Learn to draw things different ways. So what can I do here? I want a good... I just had a good one. Where did it go? There it is. Let me I recently got into this. This is what I got, or what I decided to use as my tool when I wanted to learn how to draw. Motherfucker. Here we go. I need to clean this cap. It is so dry. But I got a dip pen, which is fun because it's like a pen that you dip in ink. And brief history. We had basically reed pencils or reed pens that were terrible and broke down very fast. Only had a few uses in them, but they were extremely cheap because reeds were like absolutely everywhere. And are. So those were really easy, cheap, still easy to get and make, and are very cheap. But they kind of suck. Then we went to quills. You know, the whole ink and quill Minecraft, you know? Then these came. After that, it was these, you know? And after these, it was fountain pens. And after fountain pens, we had fucking Bic. And we still have fucking Bic. And Bic is the worst of all of them. I know they're not actually called Bics, that's just the brand, but I just generally don't like those, the newer pens. Unless it's, you know, these fine liners or like, I called this a regular, but this is actually a really good pen. It's the, what is it? It's a Pilot Precise V5 RT, which sounds like a car. And good pens are pretty cheap. Honestly. I mean, this was the first one I got, the first dip pen I got. Nah, I won't show it off. It was like $8 for the whole kit. $5 for the ink, although the kit came with its own ink, which is just like this. It calls it manga ink. Can I? Here we go. Manga. No, you know what? No, is it gonna focus? No, it decided not to. Last minute. All right. It calls it manga ink. It just stinks to me. There we go. But the nice thing about these is that, first of all, the ink looks really nice. Second of all, line width variation. You know? Gonna wait for it to dry for a second. Some inks take forever to dry, other ones don't take that long. I'm still getting used to this, but yeah, this is the pen. Like this thing here, this little metal part that comes out is the exact one, if you read manga, that is specifically hand-drawn, which a lot of them aren't these days because everyone just can get a fucking iPad. Oops, shit. Did I pick up paper? This is not the paper made for this pen, this kind of pen. And so it does occasionally have the issue of getting paper stuck in the little, because it's like there's a little line that separates. It's not even gonna try to focus. This webcam's terrible. I paid like $80 for this thing, dude. I think. Anyways, what was I gonna do? Make sure that's dried. Ah, see, that bled through. This is terrible paper for this. One moment. I have to get the correct kind of paper. You can get this, which is the correct kind of paper. Bristol, you can also get Bristol something, which is a more coarse paper. I prefer the smoother. It's basically just, it's not just really thick paper, it's just different kind of paper, but Come on, fold back. There you go. But this is the correct kind of paper for ink. The more coarse kind is specifically good for when you want to do watercolor as well. Which I have another kind of watercolor paper around here somewhere, but yeah. So it has been a while since I've actually... The reason I wanted to do an art stream partly is because it's been a while since I practiced. Come on. The side of the house. I don't know, I just sort of like the process. Anything with the process, you know, it's the same thing as like people who enjoy drinking coffee, not just for the sake of drinking coffee, but because they have their beans. They have their manual coffee grinder. You know, it's a process. They enjoy the process of it. It's the same thing with this for me. You know, it's not so much just about drawing. It's about the fact that there's a process with a dip pen that makes it feel like I'm really doing more than merely drawing. I also forgot to shake the ink to make sure everything was nicely mixed. It's taking a minute to dry now. I want to do this. Well, that'd be a lot of ink to spend on that. Oh, wait, no. I don't need to worry about that. I just gotta do the outlines and then go through with watercolor. I forgot. It's always hard to like keep track of how much these tips can hold in regards to ink. But no, this is where you get you do calligraphy, manga. You can do all sorts of stuff. This bit like did I even finish talking about that? I'm so bad today. The tip is what every manga artist uses, that still does, you know, paper and pen for their illustrations. And this is specifically called like a G nib, because it's got a G shape on there. And for some reason, they just really love it. I don't know how to do anime. I have no interest in learning how to draw manga. Getting some really thick lines. Another thing is that simply learning control, which is quite difficult for me. I wish I could just like have this image. Wait, I can. Oh my gosh, if I just drag and wait, where'd it go? What? Where'd it go? Oh my god, dude, it was visible for like just a second. Where did it go? That was so weird. Hold on. Okay, plus, it appears, and then it disappears. You're seeing that, right? And it called it something else. Oh my god. What the fuck? It's like it sends, okay, so it sends it to the temp folder. Where did I put it? Desktop. I don't get why that feature doesn't just work. Okay, see, now it works. Now you can see. So if I put that over here, then I don't have to worry about. Okay. We hide that. That's a little ugly, but it's gonna have to work. I think it's at least better than before. Okay. The only issue I don't like about these dip pens is that I should really be keeping a glass of vinegar water here to make sure that doesn't, you know, that I can wash the ink off. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine for later, or until later. How big was this roof again? Okay, I've stopped at like the perfect spot. Okay, thank God. But using they are prone to rust, and I think they will eventually rust no matter how well I treat them. Just like that. I'm not the best at using this pen still. Come on. Pick it up. It is kind of weird how these work though, because you can see that there's ink in there. And if I flip it over, it doesn't spill out. I think the term is hydrophilic. Oh, that was too much of a slope. Oh well. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm not going to worry too much about detail right off the bat. But I do want to get a basic idea of the scale of this thing so that I don't just like I don't want to start here and then start over here and try to meet somewhere in the middle. I've done that mistake a few times already. So with this, I want to how high? Just up here. And that goes like this side. I'm just trying to figure out how to like navigate past the plants. I think for now I'll just follow this along. Keep going that a little bit. Yeah, so far I'm really not seeing the, 'cause I haven't used this that long, this tool here. So I don't know how to get the exact, how to use it properly. So far, not seeing the manga style. Although, not like I should expect to. Oh, wait a minute, was that supposed to... Ah, fuck it. Adapt and overcome. If it's not exactly copied from the reference, we can just pretend that that was intentional and that there's another little spot over here. So after that, what does it do? It sort of does this diagonal line, very light. And then go up for the entrance at the door. Hello, Nathan Beebe. How you doing? This right about here. We've got some pillars. Oop. A nice thing about ink that dries a little slower like this is just, if you need to smudge, you can. Or if you want to use a signature that's just your fingerprint, which I really don't recommend, you can do that too. I have thought about doing art with my fingerprints, like making bushes or something. I don't know. I like making art fun. I grew up watching Bob Ross, and I should totally give him another watch. I'm not gonna worry about. I keep saying out loud I'm not gonna worry about detail because I'm not telling you that. I'm just trying to remind myself that I shouldn't focus on detail right now. Right, so it's got this other green wood panel. It's thinner, and that goes all the way up. So if that's the width of the pillars, the door is about 4 pillars wide, right? 1, 3, 4, a little bit more than 4 maybe, but we'll just say 4. So, I sort of have to. I know I said I shouldn't do that, but when you get this close, you can sort of imagine, okay, this is this thick. The next one would be about here. The next one would be about here, and here, and here, and here. But it's not exact, but again, it doesn't have to be. It'll look a lot better, especially when it comes to urban sketching. You really don't have to care. I know this doesn't technically count as urban sketching because I'm using a reference on my computer, but I don't care. Blow that image up a bit. Okay. Yeah, the plants are definitely the hard part to do, but once I get around to... Can this handle watercolor? That's a good question. I didn't buy this with the question, can it do watercolor? I was just like, can it do ink? Will it not, bleed through? Which I haven't even checked. No, we're good. So let's see, where's the center? Right there. Oh. That's another thing, is getting pressure control. When you're used to things like, just a normal pen. Oh shit! You don't got to think about pressure control really. It does have an effect, but not to the degree that this does. Let's see. The nice thing about this house is that it is a straight-on shot, so I'm not too concerned about perspective for some of this stuff. But other things, there's some spots where it's going to be important. Specifically the roofing. As I go diagonal, it's just a diagonal plank. Yeah, I did a bit too much here. But that's fine. The nice thing about urban sketching, as I was saying, is that mistakes in the line art, or really even in the paint phase, are fine. That's sort of the benefit of watercolor, is that it's intentionally messy, despite arguably being one of the cleanest ways to paint. Let's see, yeah, that did come down a little bit, the side does come down a little bit lower than that side. We've got a bar. You know what, it's not a perfect V, but it's fine. Again. We've got that green. Wait. That was the green. Yeah. That was supposed to come in a little bit like that. Reminder that I'm extremely new to this, so don't get mad at me. Don't say I suck. I don't really care too much about being bad. I just sort of enjoy it's again more about the process. You sit down, you get into you let yourself just sort of rest for a bit and get into the mindset. And then you find a way using the tools that you have to enjoy the mere process of it all. Because I think art should be viewed as more of a process than an end result. At least when you're the artist. The one drawing shit. Making shit. Yeah, it was a little bit wide. I'm going to draw a really thin line along next to this one, just to add some sense of perspective. Not this one though, because the photo is almost seeing this one dead on. Well, it's almost, so I'll just make the line a little bit thicker. In fact, this one could do to be a little bit thicker too. Door handle is like, is that even a door handle or is that a web? No, door handle's on the right side. Like so. I love these old like wooden style doors where it's just a bunch of planks nailed together. Ah, I didn't think about that. I ended up making tic-tac-toe, damn it. I was supposed to stop at points so I can make the board that goes across. But oh well. Oh, I should probably put in that window, huh? I hadn't thought about that. It goes a little bit lower than the other thing. Just going to quick line across. Too far, too far. Oh, I might use that for this. Yep, I'm gonna use that. I'm glad I did that here. Okay. Shouldn't be drawing from that angle. You ideally want to draw in a way that you're pulling like that with these kinds of pens. Wait. Yeah, another case of me getting the scale messed up a little bit. But that's actually pretty easy to fix. We simply have to make the door taller. And these pillars. Another quick little art tip is using, yes, hello, I have skinny wrists, I'm a fucking twig. You can beat me up. It's good to draw not with your wrist like I've sort of been doing. You should get into the extras, like do some practice motions on a piece of paper you don't care about beforehand with like a pencil. And just sort of do some motions with your shoulder, keeping your elbow and wrist locked. Because, believe it or not, you can draw just as well most of the time with just your shoulder. It sounds weird because you're like, oh, but sometimes I'm a little shaky. But trust me, you get to the rhythm of, you practice and you get into the rhythm, you're gonna do fine. It doesn't hinder you like you'd think. Anything dexterous, you really should be stretching for, and that includes even your fingers, you know, for pen stuff, which again I also forgot to do. I was sort of in a rush to get this going on the Mitchell, so. The only thing I wish that I streamed on Twitch for is I could play copyrighted music over there. But I hate Twitch with a passion. All the people I get on Twitch are bots, which is weird. You'd think that'd be a YouTube issue. But it's almost unheard of on YouTube. On YouTube, you just get random passerby to drop by, say hi. That's why I just can't stand Twitch, because it's like, oh, am I talking to a real person? 5 messages later, they're trying to sell me something. Turns out it's not a person at all. Or if it is, they're just an ass. I think I'm worrying too much about making nice looking lines. And while that's good for like the foundation, like the outline. What's that? This is a known issue with these older kinds of pens. Let's get some toilet paper, let it soak up. It doesn't get rid of it, but it at least gets up most of it and makes it look, makes the blotch there less. Shit. Makes it look less ugly. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yep. I said that it sticks. Sometimes if you're waving it around, that ink's gonna go away, and you can tell sometimes I tend to hold it over here for a second. let it drip. Okay, where was I? Window frame. Yeah, I'm worrying too much about getting nice looking lines. I really don't have to do that. Because particularly with the art I'm trying to do. Alright, that's right. So now what I'm going to do here, because it's an old abandoned kind of house, and when I made that smudge there, it gave me an idea, since this is such an old looking house. Oh, it does have that plant in front of it. I'm not going to worry about drawing that. I'm going to pretend that plant's not there. But since it's an old house, let it dry for a second. There's a bit too much ink, so I'm going to let it dry for a second. Okay. Yeah, that was too much. Oh well. But yeah, you get the point. Dirty house, you can get this sort of effect of smudges on the windows by smudging the windows. Can I get it closer? Please don't lose focus. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. So this roof part here definitely needs to go slooped? Get slooped more? Whoa. Whoa? Did you say whoa? How far does this go out? Like a couple spaces? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're impressed, time clock. I'm extremely new at this. I like to figure out things I can do with my tools. I'm not trying to be the master. See, this is actually sort of working. Normally I try to avoid like drawing things like tiles or especially bricks separately, because it can look very sloppy and uneven. But that actually works for these old tiles, because they are sloppy and uneven. I love old houses like this that you shouldn't live in. They're probably rotting. This one definitely looks like it's rotting, but it's sure is pretty. That's the kind of house I would like one day. I don't really need a whole lot of space. Unless, God forbid, I find a girlfriend. So where's the center? Where can I say the center of the roof is? Right above here. This line here, by the window. Directly above this is the center of the top of the roof, which is about here. I could be more exact by getting a straightened tool, like a ruler. But, I think it's... How tall is it? About here? Put a little dot there. What do you mean, what? That's not a perfect curve. And as you can see, I did lines here. This is practice work, okay? break out the ambidexterity. Such an awkward roof. Oh. I was joking that I would love to get a house like this because I don't need a whole lot of room unless, God forbid, I happen to get a girlfriend. So what's next? It's got this sort of crack in the middle. This house has seen some shit. Yeah, sometimes I'm not funny. It's okay. We move past it. The implication was that more people means you need more space. With a tiny house like this, it's perfect for just one person and a dog. Oh, good. Now I don't feel terrible. Oh, bang. Get up there. No. One of these days, you might be screaming about me smudging like this, but man, I should do abandoned buildings more. I should practice these more. Because this whole smudging thing is like it turns mistakes into those necessary imperfections for an abandoned house. Oh, nice. I've got my dog somewhere. Oh, there he is. I got a love seat a while back, and it's basically his bed. Did I mess this up because I wasn't paying attention? A little bit. Okay, and the green one... It's hard trying to keep track of the different colored lines when there's no color yet. Yeah, I've always been terrible at roofs. But I will adapt and overcome. Your glue gun exploded? How did you manage that? I'd be scared. Was it hot glue? You put... I would do that just to see what would happen. It exploded, but did it at least look pretty? shit. I just messed up the proportion a little bit. I'm just figuring out where to go from here. Okay. Could I just artificially, like... Oh god, that was too steep. No. I'm afraid I'll be homeless. I've been called that once. Even though I wasn't. It was so unfair. Actually, it was totally fair. I did look homeless at the time. It's so tough looking homeless sometimes. I want to take this. I want to take this line. Oh. Oops. Not trying to do that. Oh no. We're good. I think. I saw some paper at the end of the tip. Yeah, it's fine. For now, probably. Maybe. Let me try. Yeah, we're good. I wish I could redo this roof. See, ideally you're supposed to start, I think, generally before you ever apply ink, you want to sketch with graphite. But I don't like doing that. I think it's, you should embrace the mistakes. Even though I'm complaining about the mistakes that I made and being all regretful, I shouldn't be. Oh shoot, do you have math assignments you're supposed to be doing? I've been contemplating going to college. I was told years ago that my fund had expired, and then they told me recently, oh, we got it wrong. You still got a few more years. So you can go to college right now and not have to pay anything. I was like, what? Why did you lie to me? I could have been an educated individual. Oof. Do you have confidence? Do you believe in yourself? Can you do it? Thick line down here. I think you can do it. You might not get a good grade, but I think you can do it. Okay, I want that black spot there to dry a bit because I don't want to smudge that. In fact, for some reason, this window on this image is actually very clean. Somehow. So I'm actually just gonna not worry about smudging. It's got this red outline. What level of math is it? Like what kind? Is I know the ones that, the kind of math that most people tend to struggle with, at least my friends and immediately family. Grade 12. What is that? Is that US or, hold up. No, yeah, that's only a US thing. Okay. I had to double check because I always forget what the UK system is. But, what was that again? So you're like the end of high school. So you're probably working with pre-calc? Trigonometry? That's my guess. Oh, you're Canadian. Is y'all system different? I'm not sure. I don't talk to a whole lot of Canadians. I'm quite far south, so don't really get the opportunity. Here's where we do a bunch of really thin lines, because this is an old wood box. So it's got a lot of those cracks in it. You just want a little bit of texture. You forgot. You don't know how your own school system works? What? I'm concerned. You might fail. Where's this supposed to go? Oh. Yeah, I messed up the perspective quite a bit. But again, that's okay. We'll just pretend. Alright, there's these like I wish I could play copyrighted music. That's all I've been thinking about is like, what is this music? I want to listen to Soundgarden. I've gone too far. Put that. Oh, that's supposed to come down here too. just realized there's a whole like chunk of wood missing from the front of the roof on the right side. There's just like this whole section like right here. It's just like missing. Please don't snap your neck. It'd make me so sad if the last thing someone saw was one of my streams. Oh man. Oop. Ah, damn. A few dots around. I should try to get that all going in one direction, huh? It didn't work out like I thought it would. Oh well. So what now? It's just the shingles, I believe. An 8-inch cut? Were you climbing trees? I used to climb trees a lot, so I'm used to getting weird cuts like that. One time I had a hammer fall on my back. The nail removing part. That was terrible. I had hung it up somewhere and then it just fell. From running? How do you get cut by a branch from running? You're talented. I forget why I even had a hammer that day. Hey, no mas. You named your hammer branch? I'm not going to try to copy these shingles one by one. That'd be ridiculous. Bleach isn't the cleaning chemical? Why would you do that? Hey, Tupac. Hello, boy. Alright, did you know that the bleach was on the lollipop? And also, why was there bleach on a lollipop? Did it come that way? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, my siblings and I tried to kill each other a few different ways. Thankfully, we were terrible at it. Alright, this one's supposed to be doing. I want thicker lines at the bottom of the shingles to mimic shade. I've only been drawing for like... I've been so inconsistent, but I'm very new. I kind of got fed up. I've done so many different kinds of art over the years, like filmmaking and music, but I never actually sat down and learned how to draw because I was just like, oh, I can never learn how to draw. Then I decided to actually try to practice. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually improve now. I really felt like I couldn't improve before. I don't know why. I think I simply didn't have the patience for it. Oh, wait. Yeah. It just sort of gives me it makes more of a there's a few reasons, but the big reason is that it makes it a process. If I have some really good normal pens, like this one, but oh wow, that actually looks really good from the camera, from like the overhead shot there. I just kind of looked up and saw that, and I was like, oh wow, that's better than I thought it would look so far. Yeah, it's just sort of like people who are picky about their coffee, who are like, I need to grind my own beans, I need to cook it this way, and I gotta use the manual coffee grinder. I'm one of those people that just simply likes having a process to things, and so it helps me get in the zone. Because when I pick up a pen, I'm just like, oh, it's time to write something down. So holding this makes me think, oh, it's time to do art or calligraphy. Because my brain sees calligraphy as different from normal writing. Because it is. Alright, there's a whole ass like side over here that I just kind of forgot about. Like then I also like the line width control, if that's how you say it. If that's what it's called. Because I can press down really hard and get a really thick line with a ton of ink. Or I can go very, very light and get a barely visible line, which I did here. I like scrubbed along, so it's, if I move my hand out, now you can't really tell that well, but it's a little bit darker here for me just going very lightly over it. And another thing is just the ink that you can just press it down on a little dot and use your finger to get these effects of dirt on the windows that I really like. I tried to do it in other spots, as you can see, like the shadow above the door. That didn't really work out too well, but that's alright. I'm here to learn. In fact, I could do it. Could I do it for here? Yeah, it kind of works there. I like doing things the wrong way. Oh fuck, that was way too much. Oh well. Yeah. I was initially planning to get a fountain pen because it's basically the same thing. Like the tip is basically the same for these as a fountain pen. Almost. It's the same concept, really. But fountain pens are just ridiculously expensive. I mean, there's the popular one that every European kid knows, which is only like 30, 40 bucks. But this was like 10 bucks. And this is like one of the best nibs that you can get for this. It was $2. Sorry, $4 for a pack of 10. So it's very cheap. I got a pack of these like really good ballpoint, was it rollerball pens or ballpoint? One of those. I think it's a rollerball. This was like 10 bucks for 3 of these. They're refillable, which is nice. And that's why I got them, because I don't like throwing pens out. I generally try to avoid waste. And, but these pens are still just like one of the cheapest ways to write, because you get these. This is considered a lot of ink. This is like on the upper end of the sizes that you can get, and this is going to last me a long time. And this was $5. And you can get all sorts of different colors, and it's nice because you can just have a little. I shook the pen again, and it landed on my desk. Thankfully I have a black desk. I need to stop shaking this thing around, because earlier I did a little dot here because I was talking and shaking it, and yeah. Yeah, for the ink right here, the ink was $5, and this is gonna last me. I've been using this a reasonable amount, and I don't think it's visually gone down like at all. So that's gonna last me. This one alone is gonna last me at least the entire year. And I can also get all sorts of different colors, and some of them have like this glittery shit in there. It's called shimmer. I don't really care too much about that, but it is nice that you can just get colors, and you can, since it's a dip pen, you can just dip it in one, draw with that. Once it wears off, once you use it all, dip into the next one. Have a little glass with vinegar water for washing off between colors. Now it depends on the ink that you get. This is Speedball Super Black Calligraphy ink. There is a lot of other much nicer black inks that you can get that are about 20 to 30 bucks. But this one's just $5. However, if this exact ink, if you know this one, you know what I'm talking about right here? If this is $18 USD in Canada, I have a way to make money. Let me know if you want the job opportunity. We will start transporting ink. The North American ink trade. Boomin'. Fuck yeah. Or in my case, I'm making it out the parents' house, which I actually came here from making it out the hood. A weird order to do things, but everybody got their way. Getting the hang of the shingle work now. Down line real light, press down hard. Not that hard, a little hard. One day I will draw the best shingles. One time I asked where my friend lived, and she said under a bridge, and I called her homeless. Oh, so you called someone else homeless, so it's fair. You can't be complaining. She lives in a camp tent, and she lives under a tree. Oh, she said you lived under a tree. Do you? Can't complain if it's true. You gotta own up to that. I never felt bad whenever I was poor. Never felt unfortunate for living under a tree with the golem, the golem, the troll. Alright, I'm going too small now. Oh, there's all sorts of creatures down there. Thought Gollum was fake, huh? He's just a figment of Peter Jackson's imagination. I'm sorry. You're wrong. I know him. He sells crack on 5th and Westerson. Precious rocks. My precious rocks. My roxes. Oh fuck. I'll definitely need to practice more on roofs. Just because it's so, like, asymmetrical. I want to go back in time and give like an 1800s homeless person pop rocks. Just to see what they'd do with them. I don't think that they'd be so wowed. But they'd be like, what the fuck is this? How do you do this? I've never had candy like this. How do you make them? I tell them, I don't know, we gotta go rob the factory. Come, Charlie. I'm so famous, I don't even have a TikTok. People tried to get me into that app for like years. And I feel like every year I become more vindicated in not using it, not falling for the trap. Plus, YouTube Shorts already suck so much time out of me. I've reduced my usage a lot. Now I just spend 5 hours on Sudoku every day. Am I about done? Almost. There's some minor details I don't really have to do. Like there's a whole ground, and I want to do the forest. You probably should live in a one-story building house. I would not condone living in a two-story building if you just tend to pass out at random times. I did see a story about this girl who had literally that as a condition. She had a dog that eventually just sort of figured out when she was about to pass out, like 5 minutes prior, because dogs can smell the chemical changes in you, which is creepy to think about. And I'm sorry, are you saying you're too poor to not live in a two-story house? Oh, that's interesting, Namas. Why? What happened? Why'd you stop taking them? I understand the predicament. time clock. I live in a very nice house right now, and I have some nice things, but I absolutely cannot afford to go anywhere. The job market has been horrible. Dad lost his job recently, so that's a concern too. Who knows if he'll even stay here for much longer. But I got hopes. I got dreams and stuff. You work at a mall. Those still exist? You find money on the ground. Beast. Yep. I've never passed out in front of 1,000 people before, but I have passed out in front of like 6 people. I was at the doctor's, or it's not the doctor's, the fake doctor's, the dentist. I was at the dentist's office, and I had this, I don't have the issue anymore, but I used to, like, whenever I thought of something gory, I'd get really lightheaded. And, like, I don't know, it just grossed me out to the point, like, if I thought of blood or something bloody, I would just get lightheaded and have to sit down somewhere where there's air. And, there's one time my friend sent me a picture that was really gory as my mom was driving me somewhere. I was like 17. And I felt so bad because I had never passed out before. To be fair, I didn't know what was about to happen. I tried cracking the window to get some air. I was like, oh, this will help. This will be fine. I just need some air. Next thing I know, I was waking up and my mom was freaking out. Pulled off to the side of the road. Door open, trying to wake me up because I just slumped over, she said. I lost consciousness because I saw something gory. I had to explain to her that I'm not, nothing's wrong really. It's just brain is stupid. But I passed out. The second time was at the dentist's office. I was coming out because I forget what they were doing. Maybe it was it wasn't an extraction. What was it? I don't know. I had a really bloody gauze though that was in my mouth. The little cotton cylindrical thing. And they just pulled it out. It was drenched in blood, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, in my head, I was freaking out. And they told me it was fine that I had stopped bleeding, I think. But at that point, I was freaking out so much, I don't think I could. I was sort of already on the way out mentally. We were walking down the hall towards the waiting room, and everything just started to get, all the noise, all the talking just faded into the background. It was like a TV show. Like, it just faded into the background, and then everything went white until it instantly went black. And apparently the moment it went black is right when we opened up the door to the waiting room. I took one step in, immediately fell to my knees, and then toppled. And woke up in a puddle of, sorry to be gross, but puddle of my own vomit with 2 EMTs flashing flashlights in my eyes and a bunch of horrified people in the waiting room wondering what the fuck that was what was about to happen to them. And the looks on their faces alone was it made it worth it. So, would repeat. Thankfully, every time I've ever had an emergency, EMTs were just like right there. I'm so fucking lucky. Even though none of the times I've been in an emergency were actually that much of an emergency. Except for the times they were. Definitely don't want to hear my dream. What was your dream? Oh, your dream was gory? I don't have an issue with gore now. I can enjoy all of the nasty stuff that I want. I can watch horror movies and stuff. To dab, not swipe. Dab on it. Dab on it. You know, we haven't had a new hot dance move in a while. I wonder what god-awful thing is next. I shouldn't have done those ones there. But it will. It'll get covered up when it inevitably, or not inevitably, I mean, yes, inevitably, it's going to happen. But eventually, I mean to say, oh no, toilet paper bad for cleaning the ink off. Toilet paper stick. One sec. Cleanup's relatively easy though. You just get a little bit of vinegar, some water. Dump it off. Drop it in there. I'll just leave it for like 5 minutes, loosen up the ink a little bit more. And then I've got an old toothbrush. I don't want to use a wire brush just because I'm not sure. This is some kind of steel. It's a tempered steel. I'm just simply not sure what that would do. But so I have watercolor. This is it, by the way, so far. I know it's proportionally it's botched, right? But it's a house. I should have made the roof a little bit taller, like I was initially trying to do. I'm not trying to trash it. You know, I don't like trashing things that I make, especially since I'm so new to drawing. You know, I'm gonna make crap, just a lot of crap, really. But this is really not bad. It's very good. Yeah, it's really not bad. It came out better than I was expecting, honestly. And we're not even done yet because I still gotta color it and then add like the plants and stuff, but I might save that for another time because I really don't know what I do, where to start. You got all these little branches. Maybe I should go back to the ink to draw the branches and the trees. And then break out the watercolor for the leaves. But I still gotta watch a video tutorial on watercolor. I tried it once without any help, and it did not go well. I think this is really good for tonight. I'll probably just let all this dry, and then hit it again, maybe tomorrow, with some watercolor. Jeez, this paper's so thick. It's like you look at this and you're like, oh, that's a whole book right there. But it's only, what was it, like 26 pages? I think it cost me $10. See, the paper, that's where they get you with art. It's all in the paper and the canvas. Actually, for oil painting, it's just everything. Takes up your money because the oil is the paint is expensive, the canvases are expensive. A good brush is can be a little costly compared to other mediums. And it even takes up your time because this shit takes like 3 days to dry. But watercolor is nice. Because watercolor, for the most part, there's not a whole lot you have to do to make a watercolor look good. There's a few things I'm obviously missing, so I have to learn. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call that here. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Time clock, no mas. Nathan Beeb, I don't know if you're still here. You said hi, but you didn't say bye, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I might stream this more. Continue this tomorrow. I don't know. I'm always doing something. I'm probably gonna go watch more of my show, take a bath, and play Sudoku for at least 3 hours. Time clock, I hope you do some math homework. Not homework, some edumacation. And I hope you don't get a 0 come Monday. I think you can at least avoid a 0. And don't forget, Khan Academy. It is my older brother's in college right now for engineering, and in his physics class, when they're doing math stuff, a classmate of his told him, yeah, the only reason because their teacher sucks, he was like, the only reason I'm able to do this class and succeed at all is because of Khan Academy. Which I was homeschooled, so I grew up with Khan Academy. And I'm using it right now, actually trying to get my GED, so I can go to college maybe. And that's, it's a good resource, it really is. They're great at explaining stuff. Rainbow at the bottom? Oh, that's my computer. Oh shit, what is it stuck on? Oh. That's the microphone, please don't hit that. Yeah, it's the only RGB thing in my entire computer. It's the GPU. I don't really care for looks so much. It was the cheapest 4070 Ti that I could find. Oh my god. How did I have this set up? It doesn't want to go. Oh right, I have it like this. Wait, no? Uh-oh. It wasn't set up normally. So now I gotta figure out the way that I had it set up. There we go. Tripods, man. Dealing with the webcam cable is so short, and trying to maneuver it without damaging the cord or the input with this big old tripod. Oh man. Anyways, this is what I made this stream. I hope you isn't it nice? It'll look even better once I add some color to it, for sure. I would like to think so anyways. Yeah. Thank y'all for stopping by and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.